no sway bars in it. Whoa.
What's up, Brite Nation?
What's up, Brite Nation?
So we have a really fun, awesome, and amazing video for you today. Like, kind of different from our normal videos. We actually have quite a few things.
Friendly competition.
Yeah, a little friendly competition. We have a few things going on. We're still, of course, getting the stepchild wrapped up, and that's what leads us to this video. But we've only got about 3 days before we leave for our 3-month around the world trip where we're going to the Rubicon, and Chris is coming with us. And anyway, there's a lot going on, and if you look out here behind me, there's pipes and there's Magnaflow stuff everywhere. And here's the deal. This is what we're doing. Chris has to make a custom exhaust for the stepchild, and we'll go over there in a minute and show you exactly what the deal is. So if you look here on the table, he has a custom builder's kit.
This is Magnaflow's 3-inch custom builder's kit that they offer. It has everything from ball connections, 45s, 90s, 180s, straight pipes. They have, it's a whole box of stuff.
Yeah, it's really anything and everything you need. So
It's all 3-inch.
So that way you can cut it up, you can move it around. We've got our muffler sitting right here. We've got a high flow cat, or a couple of them. Magnaflow literally has anything and everything. We knew we were doing a custom exhaust, so we were trying to figure out what to do, and this was what we found, was that Magnaflow literally has everything.
Yes, and we asked Richard at Magnaflow if they had donuts. They don't, but this is the tightest radius they have. It's a 3-inch radius and 3-inch pipe. So he got me a couple of these, so hopefully they work. They'll work. I'll make them work.
Yeah, well, so we're going to show you why, because it's a very, very tight spot that he has to do. Now, Magnaflow makes exhaust for everything. If your vehicle makes noise and makes power, they make exhaust for it. So maybe if you have a Tesla, or maybe the new Ford Mustang Mach-E, they might not make an exhaust for your Tesla or your Mach-E. But I have a new 2021 F-450. Bam! There is a muffler delete straight pipe. This takes it to a 6-inch pipe all the way out the back with, I think, a 7-inch tip.
Something like that.
It looks great. It looks amazing. So here is what we're doing today. Chris and his custom exhaust.
It is currently 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it's currently 4 p.m. Chris has a custom exhaust to build. I have a custom exhaust already built by Magnaflow. And so I am going to install this on the truck, and I'll get you before and after sound clips of the truck. So I have to install that while Chris has to install using the custom builder's kit. And look, he's a custom fabricator, so it should be. Anyway, so here's what we're gonna do. It's 4 o'clock, it's 110 degrees outside. Now, we've got a new fan in here, the Super Duty fans. Look at this thing. This thing moves some freaking air, doesn't it?
This thing is bad.
So this thing moves some air. It's supposed to be hung from the ceiling, but we don't have time for that. So right now it's sitting on the ground. We have it off because right now we're filming. But it's too hot outside to open the garage doors to pull the F-450 in here. So Chris is gonna get about a 5-hour head start, because if I open the doors, it'll become 110 degrees in the shop. And no matter how good that fan is, blowing around 110 degrees is like a blow dryer, right? So I'm gonna, about 9, 10 o'clock when the sun goes down, is when I'm gonna bring the F-450 in. So Chris has from now until 9, 10 o'clock tonight to get a head start, because he's got a lot more to do. So then we're gonna see who wins at that point, because this is still a lot of pipe I've got to mess with, and clamps, and you see all the clamps over there and everything. So anyway, who do you think's gonna win? Let us know in the comments below. Is Chris gonna win? Am I gonna win? Maybe before you comment, let's show you what Chris is up against under the Jeep.
No. I have a demonstration I would like to show you, sir.
Demonstration.
So my buddy Brad down at Schulzen's showed me this.
Our buddy Brad while I was gone, right?
Our buddy Brad. He's my best friend now. This Mark Breakaway penetrating oil. This stuff is amazing. It's amazing. I'll show you why. I also have some generic PB Blaster and some WD-40. Let me show you how this works. All right, hold your hand like this.
Okay, so I have...
Here, just hold this cup. Okay, ready?
Uh-huh.
All right, so what we'll do is the WD-40 first. Now, this is just a cup of water.
Okay, so a cup of water and a little bit of WD-40.
You gotta hold it in your hand.
Oh, you gotta hold it in my hand.
You gotta hold it in your hand.
I don't
Hold it in one hand.
Hold it in one hand.
Yes,
okay.
just like that.
All right.
Okay, this is what you do. This is WD-40. There's a little bit of WD-40 in there.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Okay, see? What's it do?
Looks like it's oil on water. Oh, it's exploding.
It's floating, right?
Yeah.
All right, so here's some PB Blast. Put some PB Blaster in there. What's it doing?
The same thing.
It's floating. All right, here's the Mark stuff. This stuff is awesome. Let me show you why. What's it doing? What's it doing?
Oh, it's sinking.
It sinks, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty neat, right? What's it doing now?
Oh, it's bubbling.
Heck yeah.
It's breaking down inside of it instead of float. Look at all this. So this is on top is what the other stuff was, and it's just floating there. Well, that's actually penetrating.
So if you got a stuck valve in the bottom of a water tank and you just spray it in there, right? And you just spray it, it sinks to the bottom.
No way. And it's eating the styrofoam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's literally
working.
It's literally eating the styrofoam. I don't know.
Yep.
Oh.
It's supposed to go like that.
Oh.
It's supposed to go like that. It's supposed to go, oh yeah, look, it works.
Oh, shit. No wonder you wanted me to hold it like that.
And that's why this stuff will penetrate through water, anything, rust. This thing literally works. This Breakaway, I've used it in the last day. It's good. This stuff is good. I don't know where you find it, but that's it. This market.
We don't even know where. Yeah. So he said our buddy Brad at Schultz's got it for him. I'm assuming Schultzen sells it, but we don't know where you get it from. And we're just showing you this stuff because it's
awesome.
Fun. So you're cutting into your time. Just so you know, you're cutting into your custom Jeep exhaust build time.
I got this. So on this Jeep, what we're going to attempt to do, the old exhaust used to come out of here, used to run down through the transmission, and then through this little gap right here, and then it would cross over, I don't remember, under here or back here.
It would cross over right here.
It crossed over right here, and then went into a muffler, and then we chopped it off back here when we did all that spring.
Right, which is fine. I mean, it's perfectly fine. But the thing is that we are getting rid of the gas tank because we're eventually going to go to a triangulated 4-link rear, which then this gas tank has to become a mid-mount, and the gas tank sits here, so the exhaust can no longer go there. So while this is all apart, and I have this guy that knows what he's doing.
We're gonna think ahead.
Yeah.
We're gonna come out of this guy and try to wrap right through this transmission, and then go right up and over this guy. This is simulated at full stuff. So this is as high as this drive shaft will ever go. And I'm gonna collect it here and then make it go that way.
See, that's gonna be. So there's the other manifold and that one. So these two have to wire together over here, which as you can see, he doesn't have much room to work with. I don't know how he's gonna do that, but he says he can.
We'll get it. No problem.
I completely forgot to turn off that fan while we were recording that, so hopefully that comes out okay. Sorry, Brittany, if it didn't. But it's actually not that loud, but it moves so much freaking air in here. Super Duty fans, go check them out, because that thing is awesome. And once we hang it from up there, it actually comes with straps and rings and everything to hang it. Once we hang it from up there, it's gonna be even better. What? I hear you screaming. I had to pick up the camera because I hear him screaming over here. What is going on?
So the V-bands fit over 3-inch pipe.
Oh.
So that's pretty sweet.
So you're V-banding it.
Oh, I have to, for sure.
That is sick, so it doesn't warp, or like you can literally just tack it and then bolt it together and then weld it. Part A, getting it started. You're almost done.
We're almost done.
You're almost
easy peasy.
Yeah, it's almost done. So we did get a bunch of boxes of V-bands. So if you don't know what V-bands are, these things are what you need when doing exhaust. This stuff is amazing. See how these are tapered? These two go together.
So.
All right. Oh, you're gonna tell them?
Well done there. Well done there. Put them around both. Tighten it up. Now you're sealed.
Yes.
Now you don't have the bolt flanges, the ball valves, the ball flanges, anything with a donut in it. You don't have any of that. This gets rid of all that.
Right.
This is tight. There's no room for.
Yeah, it's all machined to 0 tolerance. It's pretty amazing. Now, guys, I do gotta say, don't get me wrong. This America's Most Wanted exhaust system that they built for this is OEM tier. I know we're cutting it up, and I'm sure if Jared, the owner of America's Most Wanted, sees this, he might cry a little bit because he was super proud of this exhaust when we first did the swap, because he had OEM, like A-tier companies actually do the whole design, and that's who puts it all together. I mean, full-on catalytic converters with heat shields, all mandrel bent, all stainless. It is super duper nice, and I hate the fact that we're cutting it up, but our Jeep isn't your normal Jeep at all ever anymore. So I'm only doing this because of the triangulated 4-link that I'm doing in the rear. Now, the reason we're going to do the triangulated 4-link is because that gets rid of this rear track bar. Once you triangulate it, that's what's like on Brittany's buggy and on our race car, it allows for a greater range of motion and no axle swing. I'm curious what this is going to sound like now. It's technically the same thing. It's going to wide together.
A little throatier, I think.
You think it's going to be a little louder too? We're going from 2 cats down to 1 cat. Shh, don't tell the EPA that. So what Chris is having to do, he has to chop off the original exhaust that goes to the original exhaust manifold and flanges, because nothing that we have will work with that, because it's an OEM exhaust flange. So he's having to start with cutting off what was originally there that America's Most Wanted made. So you can see that's what he did here. So here's the original flange, he cut it off, this is the original exhaust. Now he's clocking it to go where he wants it, and then from there on it will be all of the Magnaflow builder's kit.
Go in your hole! Man, I dropped a nut.
So those never have to come off again.
Thank
so
God.
these guys here can stay here forever. They can rust together. They can melt together. They just be there forever, and we'll just do V-band clamps. So right here, whoever need to take the exhaust off, take off the V-band clamp, and that's it. And those guys stay there. So you can see here, he's got to go over the drive shaft. This is extremely tight. We're literally going to be talking about 1/4 of an inch maybe of clearance.
But that's at very full stop, just so we don't hit anything.
Right. And it's probably too high, but we want to make sure that this is tucked. Now he's doing the crossover pipe right here, and that needs to tuck right in between the transmission oil pan. So there's the skid plate right there, and that's down here. He needs to make sure it's close, but it has to be far enough down that he can make this turn.
We got the room. We'll make it. We'll make it.
See, he used gloves. He just didn't use them the way that, you know, there you go.
Little file guy. I might beat you. I might beat you.
I don't, he's like, I'm gonna be done before the sun even goes down. I don't know, man.
Right on the mark. Right on the mark.
Now, do y'all remember when we first went to Schulzen's for the first time and there were knee pads there and we were joking about, you know, Chris wanting a raise? I wanted to get Chris knee pads because of this.
I'm 25 years old.
Is that why you do it? Just because you're like,
because I'm young.
It keeps you young. How much ibuprofen do you take at the end of the day?
So hopefully my ichrometer's all right.
Yeah, not a micrometer, an ichrometer, an icarumba.
All right.
Oh my God! Now, guys, he is not using a tape measure. He's literally just like looking at it.
I eyeball everything.
He's looking at it and then doing it and then cutting it. Okay, I'm just gonna set up the camera and go away.
You better get warmed up, son.
I know. He's like, Kevin, just get the out of my way. All right, so what's the plan here, bud?
Tack, 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 tack.
So we don't have a way of welding stainless. Well, okay, we can weld stainless with the wire feed that he has, but you're supposed to weld stainless with stainless wire feed.
And I don't have stainless wire, and I don't have tri-gas.
But it's okay because I actually plan on ceramic coating all the exhaust, so it won't actually rust. So it's gonna be fine. Like if you were to leave it not done and you weld stainless using the wire that he has, the wire itself will start to rust.
It would rust first.
Right.
It would deteriorate first, but we're gonna coat the whole thing anyway, so it's fine.
It'll be fine. Anybody know of a good place that has a welding table they can send our way, like yesterday? So these V-band clamps, since they slip over, he's gonna try to just get a little weld inside there so that all stays.
Now for the fun part.
What's the fun part? All right, now you know things are getting serious. I just saw him grab a frickin' marker. So we did a little pie cut on that guy right there. Just a little piece out. And kind of, maybe, sort of. Just about. Alrighty, so this is the start of the Y here. So this is the crossover pipe, come up and over the drive shaft, and we gotta tie in the pipe coming off the other side into something like so.
Yep, just gonna go right through here like that. Gotta sink it in a little bit more.
Yeah.
All by eye.
It is all by eye. Aye, Captain.
How you feeling, loser?
I haven't been able to. Oh yeah, what time is it? It's 8 o'clock. You got 1 more hour before I get to start. My friend Bill and his wife and his kid just showed up, so I don't know that I'm going to be able to complete.
Oh, that's crap!
Yo, look, they're here.
That is crap.
He's right there in the tundra.
Look at that.
We might have to call this a day, a night. What?
So now we just
just
trace it and open it up.
Just like that, and that goes there.
Yeah, I gotta get one with a little bit of a bend at the end, but that's where she's gonna go.
Let me see if I can get back here and show all this. Yeah, right across there. And there is a skid plate coming across under here. So don't you worry. Don't you fret about that. Yeah.
Icrometers.
Your icrometer?
My icrometers are dialed in.
Icrometer, that's pretty dialed in, bro. See, my friends did show up, and now I can no longer work on the F-450 exhaust because
My fault. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's 10 o'clock. It's a little bit late. I did get the Ford in the garage. Looked under it, but my friends just left, and what I'm finding out is that he's not going to be able to really film and do the exhaust at the same time. So I'm just going to concede the loss, maybe. I don't know. I'm still going to I'm still doing the exhaust, but he's doing this cool stuff. Look at this. Oh, you took the pipe down.
Well, of course.
You got to show him this pipe. So,
Well, I got that pipe in there.
yeah. Okay, I can see that.
All right. And then you put this pipe up against
Let me
it.
show him that pipe. So this one he notched out.
And then you draw a little thing, and then you notch it all out. And then you should be able to slippery slide that guy right there. Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
Well, I only got one hand, but if I had two, I'd tighten the other one up.
No, it's fine. Look at that. Whoop, whoop. Look how sexy that is. Looks good, bud.
Thanks. All in a day's work.
And once it gets done, it looks a little something like this. And then he welded these bad boys up. So those are now V-band clamp ready, and we are good to rock and roll. That'll get bolted up there. And then from there, it's not too bad until we get way back here, and then we've got to kick it up real close up there. There's barely enough room because when this goes full compression, it leaves just about 3 1/4 inches, so it's got to be pretty dead on there. So we'll get back at it in the morning because it's 11 o'clock.
What are you doing?
I started at 11:11 to take this apart.
11:11.
And it's pretty easy. If you're doing this, all you need is some PB blaster to spray the rubber joints and a pry bar and a 15. That's all you need to do the exhaust. It'd be better if it was on a lift, but
We don't have a 12,000-pound lift though.
I do not. So
Not yet.
this is what we're doing. But yeah, I think I'm gonna kick your ass today.
Oh, let me get started. We can't have that. Well, I just need to put a little bendy dude on that guy, and then a little flexor diddly bobber on here, and then go to a catalytic converter right here, and then put a muffler right here, some heat shielding right here, and then out and around and up and over and out and down. I got this. Still gonna lose. So we got it on. Yeah, he wins.
It looks good.
I had to help him a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we're gonna do a sound check right now on this guy. So here we go. You ready? I mean, you can hear a little bit, yeah. It's a little throatier. It's a little throatier than before. It's a little throatier. Yeah, if we put some torque behind it, it might sound a little bit different.
Put some grunt behind it.
Super Duty fan. Woo! Oh, and we got a cool little resonator now.
Yeah.
All right, well, Kevin wins, but
I mean,
in all reality, it was a pretty quick job.
I did employ you for like half that time.
So here's where we're at. Up and over drive shaft, put another V-band in it, put a little whirly gig guy. Then we come to, oh, this is just a placeholder. We got a catalytic converter, shoots over there. We got this muffler in. Now I gotta figure out how to get from here over.
It has to be as
And then
close
it's
to
gotta
all
go
that as possible.
Up again, because this track bar goes all the way up into here.
Yeah.
So I have to go around, over, up, down, left, right. We've already started a little bit in here, so this is gonna go like right here. But I just gotta cut that back and get it to go up a little bit higher. I thought I needed to go under, I need to go over. We just gotta do some moving around. I got this.
Just having to make sure that it gets right next to the bar, and then it has to get right next to those springs. Taking a little bit longer than we want, but this is important. Otherwise, every time I freaking stuff it, it's gonna be smashing the exhaust. But I guess it'll eventually just clear itself. So that's that's okay too, right?
There she is, boys and girls. Little cat goes around the T-case, straight through, all the way up and over. Not too bad, not too
Pull it all
bad.
off and then weld it all up.
It's very solid. It's very solid. Rubber mounted, solid. Nice, I like it. Now I just gotta weld it up.
We had a spare heat shield laying around from the other Jeep in the back that no longer needed it. So we are extending the heat shields here because we've got the new cat that's going right here that we're gonna put the cover on, fiberglass cover. And then the muffler sits here. Instead of trying to keep some heat down, we just screwed up a new heat shield there. Because the floor back here does get pretty hot. You can see the heat shield's there. So that's gonna hopefully cut down quite a bit of temperature. So that looks like a Porsche or Subaru. You know what I mean? Like the way it's like a crossover from their weird stuff. But yeah, it's time to put it up and fire her up and see what she sounds like. I know she's gonna be louder, but how much louder?
I think it's gonna be awesome. All right, first test. Whoop! Run over my office chair. Jeez. Yeah, you got it. You're good. Oh boy. no sway bars in it. Whoa.
Now all we have left is to reflex the stepchild after making all those modifications. So, Chris. Now as a reminder, last time air down was 42 3/4. We shouldn't have lost anything, but as long as we stayed the same, it should be fine. The whole point of the 3-link is to allow the vehicle to move more easily, the front suspension to not bind it all.
Jesus. Down just a tad. There you go.
I mean, it should just move nicer now. Just like move nicer.
It's free. It's more free. And that, ladies and gentlemen,
Is a 3-link.
That's it.
It's a front 3-link.
there you go. That's it.
No, so that rock crawler kit, it went on super nice.
It went on
didn't it?
super easy. Everything fell right into place. I had to massage it a little bit to get it to fit really good, and then we just welded it
Yeah,
on.
no interference. So now we're 3-link to the front, 3-link to the rear, and now we have a super sexy exhaust
Ah,
that also allows us to do the triangulated 4-link in the
things
rear
sound sick.
in the future. Yeah. Oh, do you like the way it sounds?
I like the way it sounds.
I kind of want to put a resonator on.
when
but
you're
we're okay.
when you lead, man, you got it sounds bad. It sounds bad.
So the stepchild's ready for our around the world trip, which is like 3 months. Chris is actually coming with us on the first leg of the trip.
Yeah, the first this much of that.
Yeah, the
trip.
first-
First this much.
But we have a ton more to do before we even hit the road, which is in like 2 days, 3 days.
Well, we got a lot of things to do, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Okay, me, I've already done this. Man. You can get all your Lite Brite merch and stickers at LiteBriteNation.com.
LiteBriteStudios.com.
Yeah, that's the one. LiteBriteStudios.com.
All right, guys. You can get all your Lite Brite Nation merch and stickers at LiteBriteStudios.com. Don't forget, we still have a few of the Bomber decals left, I think. Maybe when this comes out, we won't have any. I don't know. You might as well go over there and check it out. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Got a ton more. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Which way should we face?
Let's go stand over there.
Yeah. Alright. Okay, I think we got this. Are we recording? 2 a.m. 23 seconds. Alright. I don't know. I was a weird. I know. Sorry, Brittany. Who's going to use that as after credits?